Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What's popping, guys? Welcome to ZeerTalks and welcome to the match preview for boom, Bosch. Tsg Hoffenheim versus FC Bayern München. In our final game of the season, even though we've already lifted the damn trophy. So yeah, man. Guys, before we begin, you already know what you have to do, and you must do it. Subscribe. Press alarm bells for future content notifications. Like, comment your way. Go check the socials of ZeerTalks. And inshallah, bi'idhnillah al-azim, you guys are well and satisfied wherever you may be. And happy Jum'ah Mubarak, ya Jama'ah. Now, as we talk about our game against Hoffenheim, and so wait, last time we played them, I believe we won 5-0 and Hoffenheim were terrible. Oh my God. Now, looking at this table, they are 15th. And we will talk about it in a few moments, but they are 15th. We're top. We're champions. We're on 79 points. If we win, we go up to 82 points. There's nothing much really to do other than like get some sort of like match fitness going for the Club World Cup, really. Because that's the only game we have left before then, and it's just what I do really with this game. I mean, the players went and they partied. They partied at a club after. After Muller's celebration a game against Gladbach, and we lifted the trophy, and they did the beer showering, and which, by the way, the beer showering was hilarious. I found it hilarious that they were singing like "Sweet Caroline" and all that stuff, like madness. You know what I mean? Harry Kane finally lifted a trophy. Dyer lifted a trophy. By the way, Dyer got a send off as well. Listen, I'll miss the guy's mentality, but he was not good enough, so it's okay with me. Yeah, it goes. But listen. I just think, to make it quick and short, I guess we're gonna have to, give certain players an opportunity to play. Now, not all of them are gonna start. I actually have an experiment being done as well in this game, and we'll talk more about it. I feel like this is gonna be one of them games in which we're not gonna give too much of our all into it. But what we will do is we will somehow try to still get the win. Like, it won't be one of them like hard fought performances. You know what I mean? But we'll somehow try to get the job done. And to be honest, I don't think Hoffenheim themselves are good enough, looking at the record even, to beat us. I know Kramaric likes to score against us. Last season, funny enough, we played this exact game in their ground, and we lost 4-2 after being 2-0 up. That's how pathetic we were under Donkey Tuchel. And that game forced us into finishing third place instead of second place. Thank you, you absolute donkey. But, yeah, man, I don't want to talk too much on this because, again, there's nothing much we can really do now that we're champions, now that we celebrated. Also, Harry Kane is going to get his top goal scorer award from Kicker, which, by the way, Kicker are frauds. Because their reporting is diabolical, clearly looking based on what we're looking at with the whole news of Wirtz with Liverpool and all. Like, they're absolute frauds. I've been saying they're one of the biggest fraud journalist sources you'll ever see, not just in Germany ever. Like, they're just awful, diabolical. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, Kane's gonna get the top goal scorer award from there, and he's gonna add more to his tally tomorrow, inshallah. So let's go on with the stats and lineup here. So as you guys can see, we drew 1-1, drew 1. That's our record. So no losses in the last 5 games. And we're on 79 points, being first. Now they're 15th with a win, a loss, a draw, and a draw. Now I'm intrigued to see who these results were against for Hoffenheim. So with Hoffenheim, if I look through it, if it loads, be fantastic. Can you load, please? I hate this stupid app. You know what? Let me look through their games here. No, wait. Well, this club. So their draw was against Wolfsburg, 2-2. They drew 4-4 to Mönchengladbach. They lost 3-2 to Borussia Dortmund. They lost 3-2 to Freiburg. And they won 2-0 against Mainz. Bob, I'm doing in reverse order. Interesting. Very, 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 very interesting here. So, yeah, man. And if you can look at the previous games that we've had against them, you can see we won 5-0 again, that 5-0 game earlier on this year. We had who scored the goals? So we had Leroy Sané score. I think that goal he scored must have been a good goal if I'm not mistaken. Guerrero scored. We had Harry Kane score a penalty. Leroy Sané scored. So he scored a brace. Oh my god! And Nabry scored towards the end. Well, if I'm not, was that the game? Was that the goal that he scored? That was an insane goal. Or was that another game? I don't remember. But he scored. Um, and we won 5-0. I remember he scored that while coming off the bench as well. And then we also had the 4-2 loss against them last season. As I mentioned, Kramaric was on a rampage after we were 2-0 up. Thank you, Donkey, again. We beat them 3-0 at the time. I remember this game was the Franz Beckenbauer, what you call it? Basically, he passed away, and we tried. We did a moment of silence for him during that or before that game began, and there was tifos and everything for Franz Beckenbauer. So that we won 3-0 that game. Drew 1-1 to them at one stage in the Nagelsmann season. But I think that was under Tuchel because it was on April 15th, 2023. So yeah, there you go. But under Nagelsmann, we won 2-0, drew 1-1, won 4-0. Yeah, so yeah, it's one of them really. Our record against them is a hit and miss, if we're being honest. But I actually think tomorrow we'll get the result. Now, looking at the lineup, I put Neuer in goal. Does that say Neuer in goal? Yeah, it does say. Okay, I seem to be blind. Neuer in goal. I put Boy right back because we don't need to play Lyman really. I put Dyer in centre back so he can have his final game at Bayern München. I actually would like to try Palini in centre back though. I want to see how Palini can do centre back. I'm very disappointed that company didn't give that a shot. I hope he gives that a shot. Because I actually think there's a defensive player in Palini, and now I'm not saying he should start, but I'm thinking that he needs to be a backup option, especially for when we need to hold on to certain leads. And this comes down to company needing to adapt his style of play in the next season. Um, Guerrero left back because he will be back. And again, I'm just giving opportunities to some players here, giving them some minutes. Joshua Kimmich and Pavlovic to play together. Give Pavlovic some minutes to get going. Olise to play, Muller to play, Kane to play, and I put Vidovic again for opportunity's sake. And for Muller, it's because it's his last game with Kane, so he can add more goals to his tally, hopefully. And Olise, he could be rested. If you were to rest him, maybe play Kingsley Coman if you want to give him minutes. You know, maybe last game, maybe you give Zane minutes, Nabry minutes, whatever. But yeah, I think try to prepare for Club World Cup. Really, I know that they're gonna get rest. They're celebrating. They're probably gonna be hungover, kind of, from the celebrations in Ibiza, and then that club that they went to after Muller's game, after the game against Gladbach, but and the celebration lifting the league title. But yeah, man, let's try to get ourselves sharpened up. You know what I mean? So yeah, but obviously, if they are going to be loosened up, they're going to be loosened up. It is what it is. I think this Bundesliga table, the focus will be more on top four. I think it'll be more on top four and European places because that is more tight. If I look at the table, yeah, 55 Freiburg, 54 Dortmund, Mainz as well, 51. Actually, yeah. So Leipzig 51. Like I think it's between the seventh and fourth, actually even maybe third. But I think Frankfurt's the most comfortable because they're on 57 already. But us and Leverkusen were already in the Champions League confirmed, so it is what it is. Like I'm being real. So, but guys, I say we get to the prediction side. Now, what am I predicting here? I'm going to say FC Bayern to win, and I say we win. I won't be shocked if they give us a little bit of a game. But then again, I don't think Hoffenheim are as good. It'll be interesting to see how Tom Bischoff plays against us. Last time he didn't play well, and he just signed a new deal immediately. That was a bit hilarious for next season. But yeah, I'm going to, and he will be with us for the Club World Cup, by the way. That's the funny thing. So his last game for Hoffenheim is against his new club. Mad. I'm going. You know what? I'll give them one goal. I'll say 2-1. Screw it, 2-1 Bayern. 2-1 Bayern. I don't think it's gonna be that tight. So no, that won't be that convincing. It'll be pretty tight. Even though it shouldn't be, but it will be. But here you go, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are and your predictions in the comment section down below. But also, I need you guys to subscribe. I need you guys to like, and I need you guys to check the socials. And listen, man. Inshallah, bi'idhnillah al-azim, you guys are well. You're satisfied wherever you may be. Now, I'm going to bounce. There will be a watch along later for Al Hilal. I forgot to mention it in the Hilal preview, but there will be. And yeah, and a reaction, of course, for that one. And there will be a reaction for the Bayern game as well, inshallah, tomorrow. And I'll be on the Bayern View for the watch log. So, listen, guys, take care. See you later.